The larger Kisii region has been the epicenter of heightened political interest from the men and women eyeing the presidency in next year's general election. The region's economy is mainly driven by agricultural activities, with tea farming as the major income earner. According to the 2009 population census, the larger Kisii region had 1.75 million inhabitants. Kisii and Nyamira counties had a population of 1.15 million and 598,000 people respectively. But it is the scramble for the Kisii region's vote that has brought to the fore the significant role it may play in determining who becomes the country's fourth president in next year's race to State House.
It is an open basket of over 400,000 votes, and it's up for grabs. And also given the fact that it's not under anybody's lock and key.
The National Voter Register as at 2010 indicates that the larger Kisii region has a total registered voter population of 559,000. Kisii County has the lion's share with 362,000 registered voters, while Nyamira County has 197,000 registered voters. This number could hit a million mark after another round of voter registration next year. What then will the Kisii voters be looking out for when picking their presidential candidate of choice next year?
Kisii would not go for a tribe, he would go for a performer.
We vote almost as a block. I think that is the reason why they are very keen on convincing, each one of them convincing us that they would be the best.
Lazima tuona wanatafuta kura kama ni kazi ya kuwa rais wa Kenya, ako na nini? Upande wa maendeleo, upande wa ukulima, upande wa biashara, upande wa elimu.
In the 10th Parliament, ODM has 4 members of Parliament from the larger Kisii region. 3 other members of Parliament are allied to the Orange Party, while 2 lawmakers were elected on a KANU ticket in the 2007 general election. Kitutu Masaba electorate will pick their parliamentary representative in a by-election later this month. In the 2007 presidential contest,
na mpatie mimi pamoja na Nyamira na Kisii, utanipatia?
The Orange Party's candidate, who is current Prime Minister Raila Odinga, scooped the majority vote in the region. Is there a likelihood of a repeat performance if he seeks the country's top job next year?
Initially, Raila Odinga had an upper hand in Kisii politics, courtesy of geographical and cultural propinquity, i.e. proximity. But as soon as he got into an altercation with Professor Sam Ongeri, his political fortunes began dwindling and plummeting.
But there is a time to serve and there is a time to retire.
Former powerful cabinet minister Simeon Nyachae was until the 2007 general election the Kisii region's political supremo. But after being trounced by Dr. Robert Monda in the Nyaribari Church parliamentary contest, he quit active politics. With his exit, some political observers have labeled the Kisii region a political orphanage. But is it?
Kisii is an independent-minded person. They are still independent. Even that's why we have chosen to keep Nyachae a little bit off, so that he doesn't think for the people, because people should think on their own.
Post Nyachae, Kisii politics, portends a lot of uncertainties and predictabilities. And so whoever benefits to get an ally who is easily acceptable from the Kisii community may actually merit votes from the Kisii community. Yeah.
The chaotic aftermath of the contested 2007 presidential poll outcome is yet another factor that could determine the direction of the Kisii vote in next year's presidential contest.
We need a unifying politician. We need someone who will say, I am not a Kisii, I am not a Kikuyu, I am not a Luo, I am not a Kalenjin, I am a Kenyan. That is the kind of a leader we are looking for.
The larger Kisii region has in recent years witnessed rapid population growth and intensified competition for the available natural and infrastructural resources. A cross-section of residents indicated that a presidential candidate who would be armed with a clear and visionary development plan could easily win the hearts and minds of the electorate.
We are looking forward to anybody who will be willing to help us create even matoke industry, pineapple industry, the things we grow here. We have a lot of rainfall, our soil is good.
The Kisii region neighbors the Luo Nyanza area the political home turf of Prime Minister Raila Odinga. The region also shares a boundary with Rift Valley Province, an area whose majority voters are warming up to UDM, a party associated with Eldoret North MP William Ruto and other able ODM members of parliament. Will the neighbor factor determine the direction of the Gusii vote?
The DNA of the Gusii political culture is such that it has an independent streak. And so one would almost say that Kisii tends to enjoy a certain liberal environment in terms of elections and voting, actually.
A winning presidential candidate in next year's race to State House must garner more than 50% of the total votes cast and at least 25% of the votes cast in 24 counties. This threshold will no doubt catalyze top presidential hopefuls' term offensive in the Gusii region ahead of the country's first general election under the new constitutional order. The Kisii region will no doubt play a key role in determining the next occupant of the house on the hill. And despite the scramble for the Kisii vote, there is near consensus among opinion leaders that the ideal presidential candidate should not only be able to address specific regional issues, but also avail political benefits. Francis Gachuri for the Countdown 2012 series, Kisii region.